Hello everyone, it's Cam. Welcome to another vinyl update. Now today we're going to be doing vinyl update number 40 something. I can't even mind. I'll need to have a look and see how many I've done on the channel here if I just give them a... But welcome to another vinyl update. As I say, been a long while since we've done one of these. The last one was about a good few months ago. But today we're going to be... 41. Vinyl update 41. Got it there. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these vinyl updates. I've bought quite a lot of stuff, so this may be a two-part video depending on how far we get through this. There's not that many vinyl, it's mostly CDs and DVDs and stuff like that. A few books as well, a couple which I've meant to show in a recent vinyl update and forgot to show, but I want to show them anyway. So we're going to start with the CDs. Some of these come from my Sockets record shop, some come from online, and some come from the Missing shop in Glasgow. I'll explain which ones come from which when we get to them. We'll get to them eventually. So yeah, we'll start with the CDs. First one comes from online, got this on eBay. Elvis at Sun. This is a 2004 CD compilation of the Sun Records material. There's all the songs there. Yeah, great interest in the Sun material from the 50s, from like 1954 up to 55, where he was for a year till about he signed with RCA. So this was released in 2004. This has an alternate take of I Love You Because, the slow version of I'm Left, You're Right, She's Gone, and the version of When It Rains, It Really Pours, before it was re-recorded for RCA on the Elvis for Everyone album. But yeah, really good compilation, really interesting one. Yeah, it was issued to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Elvis's first Sun recordings, so yeah, good CD to have. I do have a vinyl of the Sun material and I wanted to get a CD of it, so I did. Now these next three came from my Sockets record shop, but on a different occasion. I bought this one day. Roger Daltrey, The Best of Rockers and Ballads. This is a CD of his solo material. This was released in 1991. Yeah, I've got some Roger Daltrey vinyls, but I don't have any CDs, so I thought, yeah, get that. I do have his recent studio album, though, from 2018, which I haven't heard, but should hopefully be good. Got these two together at the same time. Elvis Potluck and Fool, both really good albums, so I wanted to get the CDs of both, because I've got them both on vinyl. So yeah, Potluck was released in 1962, and this one was from 1973, so... Both really good albums. And this one I got online. Whitesnake Live in the Shadow of the Blues. This is a 2006 live album. I think this is like recorded from the 2006 like tour. Heard the first disc good. Haven't yet heard the second disc, but there's some stuff that Whitesnake didn't really do live in recent years. So I mean, you've got things like Don't Break My Heart Again, Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, Ready and Willing. And there's even 4 new studio songs here as well, which are Ready to Rock, If You Want Me, All I Want Is You, and a song called Dog. And then we've got 2 versions of Crying in the Rain, one on the first disc and then the last track on disc 2 with Tommy Aldridge's drum solo. So I'm not sure why they have that there, but they do. But there's the 2 discs, book in the middle. So yeah, I got this after seeing a guy talk about Whitesnake's like career from like 1990 up to recent days. So yeah, if you want to check out that video, that's quite a cool video. But yeah, this is a double disc, which I'm pleased to have, from 2006, Whitesnake Live in the Shadow of the Blues. And this one came from a Socket record shop at a different time. Elvis on Stage. This is from the 1970 live album. This has bonus tracks on it. I've yet to get this one on vinyl, but I'll hopefully pick it up on vinyl soon. But yeah, this is the 1970 live album from the second Vegas engagement from January-February 1970. This one came from a charity shop in Glasgow. Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue, double CD. I had this years ago. Don't know what that CD's in there, but got this to replace my older copy. A lot of my CDs weren't really looked after very well, but I was only a young kid at the time, so they're in bits of paper, and I would often switch to break your... Yeah. But anyways, these ones came from Missing, except for the 3 I'm about to show. These came from Missing in Glasgow, these CDs. Ringo Starr and his All-Star Band, the anthology So Far. This is from a 2001 compilation of like Ringo and his All-Star Band material up to that point. Just slide it out. Haven't got too much Ringo solo CDs or All-Star Band stuff, but thought I would get this one. This was released in 2001, as I say. 3-disc set. It has Ringo and it has the people who were in the All-Star Band at different points through the years. So there's people like Clarence Clemens, Dr. John, John Entwistle, Nils Lofgren, Billy Preston, Todd Rundgren, Mark Rivera, Zach Starkey, Joe Walsh, Dave Edmonds, Eric Carmen. The list is endless. There's a lot of people. It says taken from the All-Star Tours 1989 to 2000, featuring previously unreleased material. So this is an interesting one. Don't have too many Ringo stuff, so I thought we'd get that one. We have Elvis's Christmas album. I got this because it was cheap. I know it's a bit early to be showing this, but hey ho. It's basically the regular album, no bonus tracks, but it's good to have this one because I've got this on vinyl. And then we have Today from 1975. This is the Legacy edition. This has the original album remastered, the undubbed session mixes, and disc 2 is a live CD of recordings from the May to June 1975 tours. So yeah, stuff from that appeared in the Elvis Aaron Presley box set in 1980, which I've yet to find. That's a hard one to get. Hopefully I'll pick that one up though. Most of it's from a show in Dallas in 1975, so interesting. And I got 2 Bob Dylan ones. This one I have on vinyl, more Bob Dylan's greatest hits. So I thought I'd get the CD. Got this on vinyl. And this one, I don't have too many live Bob Dylan stuff, so I thought I'd get this one. Bob Dylan, the real Royal Albert Hall 1966 concert. Double CD of the 1966 Royal Albert Hall concert, which I think on numerous occasions had appeared as bootleg albums through the years, so it's good to have this as an official release. This is for 2016, so good to have that one. These 2 CDs I got for my birthday, and there's a CD box set which I got as well. I'll show them later. Elton John, The Diving Board from 2013. Recently went to see Elton on his farewell tour. He was brilliant. So I thought I'd get an album of his. I don't even know what this one's like, but should hopefully be a good album. Got this one on vinyl, want to get on CD. Tom Petty, Under the Covers, the songs he didn't write. This is taken from various live performances, and it's like different covers of songs that Tom never wrote, but he did live in his shows. So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star, that one I'd known because of the Pack Up Plantation live album, Anthology Through the Years CD. I think I had one or some of these on a CD before, but I had this on vinyl, so I thought I'd pick this one up on CD as well. So yeah, good to have that one. This one I found in a large charity shop, a compilation called Love Elvis, just a CD of his love songs. What got me this one was, this was released in 2004, but I found this because at a charity, I don't think I have, For the Good Times, it's a previously alternate unreleased take, so I thought I would pick up that one. So yeah, good to have this CD. It was cheap, so I thought I would get it. It's awful warm in here today, folks. I do apologize. Now, my Sockets record shop recently had a big collection of CDs, and from a big collection of from all genres, all categories and whatnot. There was a lot in there, so I picked up the ones I wanted, and I picked up some over different days. First one up is Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Now I have this on CD before, but this has a DVD, a bonus DVD with the Songs of the America TV special which Simon and Garfunkel did, and the Harmony Game, a documentary that I'd seen on the BBC, so I wanted to get the DVD for this one. And it's got a second CD of live material from 1969, which I have in the box set, but thought I would get this because it was quite cheap and it had the DVD, so yeah, really good to have this one. This one was released in 2011, this re-release came from. The Rolling Stones, Sweet Summer Sun, Hyde Park Live. This is from their 2013 live concert. This has 2 CDs and a DVD of their concert, which is cool to have. So yeah, really good to pick that one up. Again, I want to get to watch that one. And then a lot of Whitesnake, I thought I'd pick up Whitesnake. There's a lot of Whitesnakes I don't have, and some of these are really difficult to get, so really pleased to get these. David Coverdale and Whitesnake, Restless Heart album from 1997. Don't yet own this one, so I thought I'd pick it up. And it was quite cheap, so I thought I would. Whitesnake Forevermore, their 2011 album. I know the title track because it's on a Greatest Hits CD I've got. But good to get that one. And these next are probably really interesting. We have Whitesnake live at Donington 1990. This is taken from their 1990 Donington concert, which was broadcast on the BBC radio. 2 CDs and a DVD of the concert. I've watched the DVD. It's a great concert, and the sound quality is amazing. Sound quality is great. But the DVD quality, visual-wise, is not brilliant visual, and even David Coverdale has said that it's not the best quality DVD, but it's still watchable. It's not completely unwatchable, but a great show, and I really like that cover with the blue in the background and back picture. And yeah, great concert, Whitesnake live at Donington 1990. And then we get another Whitesnake CD. This is Made in Britain and the World Record. Now, the first disc is Made in Britain. This takes from recordings during their 2011 UK tour, and the second disc is from live over the world during the Forevermore tour. So yeah, really good to get them. This one is 2013. Whitesnake live at Donington was 2011. So yeah, this one I've yet to play, but it should hopefully be a good one. Another Whitesnake one called Live in Japan, Made in Japan, but unfortunately they sold that out when I went back the next day, but I'll hopefully find a copy of that one somewhere. These next two I got a different day. The Rolling Stones, Hampton Coliseum 1981. Again, much like the Hyde Park one, this has 2 CDs and a DVD of the concert. This is from the 1981 tour, which was a big part of this. And this was the first concert to be broadcast on pay-per-view television. So that's an interesting one. And so yeah, this is a good one. And I got The Who, Live at Leeds, the deluxe edition. This is the complete show with the regular show on one disc and then the Tommy set, which was performed in between during the show. So yeah, that's a good time. I have the CD, the 14-track edition from 1995, but this is the deluxe edition from 2002. So yeah, there's that one. Open up like this. And I have this in vinyl as well. It comes with the books here, and the 2 CDs are here. It's very similar to the Who Live at Hull CD that I've got. For this next day, because they recorded Leeds, the first one, this show, and then they recorded Hull the next day. And Live at Hull wouldn't be released because of technical difficulties at the time, so they released that one later. Okay, this next one I found in a charity shop. Elvis GI Blues. Have this on CD, but this has bonus alternate unreleased takes, so I thought I would get that. And this is the 1997 version, so I thought I'd pick it up because it was quite cheap. Next up, have this on vinyl, once again on CD, and I got it on CD for a good price. The Everly Brothers, Songs Our Daddy Taught Us, 1958 album. This is the Ace Records version. I've got this on vinyl and wanted to get the CD, so I did. I wasn't sure if they put it out on CD, but they did nonetheless. And these two came from a Sockers record shop at the same time. Whitesnake, The Early Years. This is 1978 to 1984. A 2004 compilation of like the early stuff. It's like pre-1987 and whatnot, and pre all the kind of big MTV stuff. Something like from like Trouble album through to Slide It In album. Yeah, it's got some songs I don't think I have anywhere else. So yeah, interesting to get that one. And then we have Elvis the Comeback Special, which I recently got on vinyl on my last vinyl update and wanted to get the CD, so I did. And I went to see the film that they made about the Comeback Special, how they made it, and it was a really good watch. It was only on for a couple of nights, but I saw it on the second night and it was a great one. These next two I got together in the charity shop. The Everly Brothers Collection, Volume 1, and this is the Platinum Collection Volume 2. These are both like Warner Brothers material. Never seen these before, so I thought I would get them, so then I got them cheap, so I did. Nice picture of Phil and Don. So yeah, good to get that one. I know the Warner Bros. Material is available elsewhere, other compilation albums, but still a good one to have nonetheless. It's not every day you see some of the lesser known Warner Bros. Songs get onto CD. And the last CD I bought recently from my Socket record shop, Led Zeppelin, the complete BBC sessions. I do like Led Zeppelin. I own the original version, which was one of my early Led Zeppelin CDs I got in 2013, and the original version came out in 1997, but this has a bonus disc of the songs that didn't make the original album that I have on a vinyl bootleg called The Missing BBC Session Tracks. So thought I'd get this one since it was there, and comes with CD 1 there, CD 2 in the books in there, and CD 3's in there, so good to have this one. This yeah, definitely need to give Led Zeppelin another listen sometime. I haven't heard them in like absolute years. But you know, yeah, I'll definitely give them another listen sometime because I know they're a really great band. I like a lot of their stuff. Some stuff I've heard. I've mostly got Led Zeppelin CD, but I kind of need to get the other albums on vinyl, but they can be quite pricey, but I'll still get them hopefully. But anyway, here's the CD. Okay, now we're going to the CD box sets now. First up is Elvis Close-Up. This is a 2003 CD box set. This has 3 CDs of previously unreleased outtakes, and the 4th CD is a live concert from San Antonio in April 1972. So yeah, great to have this one. This is the original long box version, because I know they re-released this in a smaller box. And it's the same size as the Today and Tomorrow and Forever box, which I got. Has a booklet with all kinds of pictures and information about the recordings, when they were recorded and whatnot, and oh, the disc is falling out. I've only heard the concert, and the concert-wise, it's a great concert. They all kind of have their own concept, each disc. So disc 1, it says unreleased stereo masters from the 1950s, so it's like the kind of Jailhouse Rock and Loving You sessions. Disc 2 is like alternate takes of some of the film songs, and disc 3 is the magic of Nashville, which is like songs, some of the hits that he recorded for like singles and albums in Nashville. So yeah, good having. Disc 4 is the live concert from San Antonio, Texas in April of 1972 that they did for the Elvis on Tour film, which I have on DVD. So yeah, and good to have that one. And then I got this for my birthday, Elvis Live in Las Vegas, 4-disc set. The first disc is the complete August 24th, 1969 show. The second disc is the complete August 11th, 1970 show. Disc 3 is recordings of February 1970 and February 1972. And then disc 4 is recordings from May 1956, August 1974, March and December of 1975. So yeah, a wide mix of everything here on this box set. This was originally released in 2001, but this is the 2015 smaller edition, which you're kind of glad that they put these out, because the originals of some of these box sets, not all, but some, can be very difficult to get for a good price. So when they put these out in a smaller box, it's cheaper and like convenient and easy to get a hold of. So yeah, a lot of pictures. So yeah, good to have this one, Elvis Live in Las Vegas. And the next box that I got on eBay just before that, Elvis Presley, Young Man with the Big Beat. This is from 1956 or 2011. This is the 2014 smaller version. This has the first 2 albums in here, and the singles and Love Me Tender EP. It has live performances, studio outtakes, and interviews. You could pause and have a look at the content on here. Sound quality wise is really good. Especially the second album on CD, which has sounded a lot better than some of the actual versions. But this sounds a lot better. I must say, you can hear a lot clearer. And interviews as well, which is interesting to see, because Elvis never really did much interviews, so good to see them, and unreleased outtakes as well, live performances as well. 2 of the live performances on this set are already released, which I have on other sets, but the one that I don't have, or that is not available anywhere else, I don't think, is the one from Shreveport in this, from December 1956, December 15th, and the quality on that is not brilliant, unfortunately. You know, given the kind of the era, it's probably not surprising that that's the case, but you've got a lot of pictures in here, and it goes over a timeline of events of what Elvis was doing each day, whether he had a live show, television appearance, recording session, or whether any of the records came out, when the records came out, or when he was making the Love Me Tender film. There's a lot of pictures and whatnot. Try and find a picture here. There we are. So yeah, you get a lot with this box set. It's a good wee set of mentions all the recording dates when each track was recorded. Newspaper clippings as well, which is great to see, and all the discographies as well, and when each thing come out. even like the fact that they reference some of the original HMV releases in here as well, which is really cool. And you even get in here a picture of the original Rock and Roll album cover from the UK, Rock and Roll #2 album, which I just recently did a review on, and a couple of gold records. So yeah, good to have these on here. Great one. Next up is, we got this from our Salkers record shop recently, the Rolling Stones in mono. This is a 15 disc set of Rolling Stones albums in mono, and even a compilation of their mono singles as well, so that's interesting. Slide out like that, opens up like this. Comes with a nice booklet of various photos and whatnot that I've not seen before. So yeah, I get a lot in here. It's a great one. So yeah, there's all the CDs. They have both the UK and US albums in mono, which is great to have because a lot of the UK albums on CD have never been issued on CD, I don't think. And these have like different tracks. I have some of the UK albums on vinyl in this set. They're not all mono. But I know this, between the buttons I have is the US track list, and this one's the UK edition. So yeah, great wee set. This doesn't replicate the lenticular cover. And this of course was the original intended cover for Beggar's Banquet that was later rejected, and they all come with their original gatefolds and whatnot. And this is a compilation called Stray Cats, which has single tracks, B-side songs and whatnot, so that's a cool one to get to own in the box. Yeah, so I've got the Beatles in mono, so now I've got the Stones in mono, so I've got both box sets, which is great to have. So yeah, there's that one. This next box set I've got on Amazon Prime. I had a voucher left, I thought I'd spend that one. And it's on this Elvis Presley Platinum, A Life in Music. This is a 1997 box set originally, but this is the 2017 smaller edition. This has, again, studio outtakes, live stuff, so yeah. We have like alternate takes of some great ones in here. We've got like a live version of Stuck on You, which is from the special that Elvis made when he returned from the army. And there's an early demo before he recorded at Sun called I'll Never Stand in Your Way, which is one of the few acetate recordings he did, along with My Happiness and That's When Your Heartaches Begin and whatnot. So yeah, cool to have that one. That was from like early in '54. Explains what take is what, when they were recorded in here. Picture of Elvis with one of the RCA dogs, I think. Not an actual one, but it's like one of those kind of, whatever you call them, life-size ones. So yeah, that's a good one. Good set to have, that one. Going over the CD box sets and all the CDs, now what's left is really, I think, to cover some of the books I've got. And we'll probably do the DVDs and the other vinyls in like part 2. So we'll make this a 2 parts. We'll do this quick. These two I was meant to show in a recent vinyl update, but I forgot. George Martin, All You Need Is Ears, autobiography, and I got this one at the same time. Abbey Road, The Story of the Studios. So yeah, this one is released in 1985. This is the second edition, I think. It was originally issued in 1982, but this is the 1985 paperback edition, so cool to have that one. This one's by Brian Southall, and this one's George Martin's autobiography called All You Need Is Ears. Originally issued in 1979, but this is it doesn't look like 1979 to me. I think it even says in the page that it might be reprinted, I don't know. But yeah, it doesn't feel like 1979 to me, but really good to have this one. Really good to have this book from George Martin, who was their producer. This one I got in a Drossen charity shop. Aspects of Elvis Trying to Get to You by Alan Clayson and Spencer Lee. This has just like pictures of Elvis as well, and talks about Elvis, I think. Even paintings as well, and arts of Elvis as well, which is nice. And even the recording dates and discographies on the back inside the book, and where the versions in question came from. So yeah, good to have this book. That was quite cheap. That was 50p. Got these next two. Actually, I'll do this one. This one I got from my Socket Shirt shop. Elvis by the Presleys. This is a book accompanying the television special they made, and like the DVD and the album. It has comments from Priscilla, Lisa Marie, and even pictures from the time, and even little family mementos as well. Pictures of Graceland. That's a nice photo. So yeah, a good book. A good one to own if you're a fan of Elvis like me. Hopefully get the DVD for this Elvis by the Presleys, because it was a special and it is on a DVD. So yeah, I'll definitely get that, and it has wee comments as well. So yeah, good book. That was released in 2005. These two I got for my birthday together. The Who, I Was There. I've got a book on the Beatles, I Was There, and I thought I'd get this one by The Who when I found out that there was this one. Has people's recollection of Who concerts from like the 60s up to today. I personally have seen The Who. I saw them at the Hydro in 2017, and I know they're recently in Edinburgh, just recently. So yeah, good to have this one. So yeah, no doubt I'll like this one, because I really like the Beatles one, so I'll like this one as well. This next book is part of a series called On Track, REO Speedwagon. This is the closest thing to an REO Speedwagon book we're going to get, but because Kevin Cronin was meant to be writing an autobiography, but I don't know where he is in that one yet, but hopefully we'll get it eventually. This has all their tracks and all their talks about each track, and he's kind of reviewing them bit by bit, and it goes about the background of the band as well. So yeah, interesting to have this one. A really good one to have. Probably the closest thing to an REO Speedwagon book we're going to get, as I say, but nonetheless a good one. There we are. Yeah, really interesting book to own, this one. REO Speedwagon On Track. Every album, every song. This is by a guy called James Romag. This next book came from my Sockets record shop. Elvis, Stand at the End of Lonely Street, the life and death of Elvis Presley. This is by Peter Brown and Pat Brueske. I cannot pronounce that. I can't pronounce that second name. Yeah, some of the pages in this one are falling out a bit, but yeah, it's still a good book to have for the collection. This one that belonged to my dad. Bruce Springsteen, The Dave Marsh Story, Born to Run. This is an older book, I think. When did this come out? 1979. So this is an older book. So this goes to Darkness in the Edge of Town. So it's just before the river, and like Born in the USA and albums like that. That's kind of how Bruce gets started. That kind of thing. So good to have. I know there's been recent books on this, but it's good to. No, actually, this goes up to the river. No, actually, this book goes up to the river. So this is maybe a reprint, a second edition of the book, not the actual version. And this is maybe a reprint, but good to have this one. So okay, well, we're actually going to stop here. This is part 1. We're going to cut here, and then we're going to go back, and we're going to go and do part 2, because we don't want to keep this a long video. So we're going to cut here and do a part 2. So we'll see you in part 2.